I'm going to stick with Cody Rhodes for now, and he said there's a possibility that he went off script, and this is going to be open to all sorts of different conspiracy theories here. But when Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble and then went on SmackDown, and you watched as well, introduced The Rock, and then essentially he gave him a hug, and then essentially gave the number one contender spot that he won at the Royal Rumble to The Rock, and then it was going to be The Rock and Roman Reigns. Brian Gewirtz has basically said that Cody went off script. So, via Cultaholic, because Cody, it was supposed to be in some form like, yeah, effing yeah, go get him, Rock, you're going to get your ass kicked, Roman, let's do this, and kind of this uplifting promo, and instead Cody looked like someone shot his dog in the face in the parking lot. Like you said, just look at his expression, and by the way, someone else who even when the team wins sometimes looks forlorn and upset and despondent, Julius Randle, NBA guy. So yeah, that I don't think help matters. And then on if Cody influenced script changes, Brian said it might not have changed, it might not have affected anything, but certainly on paper. And by the way, I don't even blame Cody for that because he's real, he's one of the realest people I've ever met. So yeah, it's like he said what he had to say in the promo. So essentially, Cody was meant to be more upbeat and the passing of the torch to Rock, and then Cody just went out miserable.
Yeah, it made no sense. He was going to finish the story. That is the story, to finish the story and win the belt for his dad. Finish the story. And Rock comes in, and all of a sudden he wants to finish the story, and he just turns and gives it to Rock, like enthusiastically. People would have dumped all over that. Everybody thought that something has gone on, which really made the angle better. They have forced Cody to do this. That's what everybody, because you want the people to think past the curtain a little bit. Wait a minute. Because they've been going to finish the story. And all of a sudden, The Rock gets there and he wants to hand it to him, which he did, but he shouldn't be happy about it. It made no sense whatsoever. So when he walked away, it was clunky, I will say that, but I think that put more brains in motion. Like, there's something going on here backstage. So, and they fixed that on Raw. Didn't they fix it on Raw?
They fixed it really soon afterwards, and then they muddied the waters of what the main event would be, and then I think maybe Triple H announced, no, it will definitely be Cody versus Roman. So they definitely corrected course.
Well, they did that. I think RKO figured in that too.
RKO?
Is that their name? RKO?
TKO.
TKO.
Yeah.
I think they figured into that too. But now they're learning the wrestling business too. But even in MMA, it's up to those guys. Those guys work their own angles anyway. If they want to be there and they're pretty good and he's a smart mouth or something. And I mean, I don't know how much help they get backstage, if any, but they go out there and the MMA fighters, they show personality. But if the crowd likes them, they're not stupid. They will say, okay, we're going to go with this guy as long as he can go. Mm-hmm. And now they're seeing wrestling, but now it's choreographed and written out. Now you can kind of see where you're going. Now, if you have a story, say you want a big house naked, you just can't work a hot angle and sell out like you used to, unless you're giving away vast stretches of time. See, the WWE has to go from, say, July the 4th to July the 4th. They got 52 weeks of the year, and they got to stretch that out because they can burn through that quickly. I've been in some territories, they would burn through a year of angles in 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Then all of a sudden, damn, what are we going to do now? Mm-hmm. Because you've done everything. And you can take your time and do this, but some territories, they're just like this. They just want to crank them off. Can't do that. I mean, you can, but it will, and you're going to take a little ass kicking early in that cell stage. How long did the bloodline go on?
Oh, it's still going on. It's 3 years plus by now.
3 years, but there's still a story to be told with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Roman comes back, and him and what's his name, Sokoa,
mm-hmm.
They're not going to get along.
No, and it'll probably be Rock and Roman.
Well, Roman's a hell of a babyface anyway, but Paul Heyman is the key to that, because whatever happens, it's going to go through Heyman. I mean, he's going to play an integral part in wherever this story goes. And I don't care what anybody says. I love the story. I think everybody else loves the story. But you're thinking, everybody's thinking, where is this leading? Where is it going? So let's watch it every week to see where it goes. And if the bookers are smart, and they are, they never go too far that they can't back up and turn around and come back and pick it up when it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Sometimes I've seen bookers, they just ruin the angle. They would shoot one so strong, there was no going back. And if you went back, it didn't make any sense. And the first time you start not making sense to them, they go, screw this. You got to keep them invested, and you got to keep them tuning in.
Well, that's exactly sort of what happened with Cody and Rock. So the theory, or there's a conspiracy now, is that even before Cody won the Royal Rumble, they knew The Rock was coming in. So let's say a few weeks beforehand. And still Cody won the Royal Rumble, which would make him the number one contender, and then it muddied the waters, etc. But do you think that there were some people in influential places within WWE who were in some way anti-Rock and tried to ruin The Rock's chances of actually main eventing WrestleMania, and who were pro-Cody and wanted him to continue? And basically this is all one giant conspiracy to generate enough fan sympathy for Cody that The Rock could no way be in the main event.
Well, there may have been people there that was pulling for Cody, but I don't think trying to actively sabotage the whole angle. No, I don't think that happened. I think this angle came about organically, because they could see that, well, we made a mistake. I mean, you can tell when he was walking away that, I was thinking, they've screwed this up.
Hey, but he did go off script. So what if he'd reacted a different way and said,
maybe
you go get him?
Who said that he was supposed to do that?
This is The Rock's writer, Brian Gewirtz. So The Rock's own personal writer has said they've scripted something out, and then Cody reacted completely the opposite to the way they'd agreed to. So maybe there is some subterfuge there.
Well, on Cody's part.
Maybe, yeah.
On Cody's part. Cody says he may not have told us so. He may not have took Brian Gewirtz to the side, or the head writer to the side, whoever they are, and says, this doesn't make sense. He just went out there and did what he did, which I think he did the right thing, because that got me to thinking. I went, and that's what you want him to do. Can you do that? And he walked away so depressed. You kind of felt sorry for him.
Well, maybe he felt that way. Maybe he was like, this sucks.
I'm sure he did, because they promised him. But I don't buy that either, because The Rock knew he had this movie coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the Smashing Machine.
Well, whatever it is, he knew he had it coming up, so he was going to be gone for an extended period of time. So for him to have the belt would have screwed things up.
You think he would have beat Roman if that's how it would have gone?
Oh, he was going to beat. Listen. It was whoever was going to beat Roman was going to disappear for a while. Whether it was Cody, whether it was Rock, and if Rock had beat him, I don't know what they would have done with the title. I don't know. But we knew that the Roman was going to disappear. But see, Cody needs him. And that's why all of a sudden he loses the title and the whole bloodline gets readjusted, re-relegated, reassigned. The only thing with the original bloodline now is Heyman. But now you almost got two bloodlines. So they got a hell of a story and just sitting on top of that. And let's see how they handle that.
Now,
I don't got to know the story to know that I'm interested in it.